It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, their record has fallen off the pace they set last season. No team wants to see that regression. They're looking to turn things around, and we'll see how they do tonight. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there, and I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
No, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. The setting for our broadcast tonight. We are live at the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in LA. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for Minnesota. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
You know, during the course of a long season, every team hits what I call that speed bump. And this team is in that stretch right now. I wouldn't discount them. They still got a chance to be really good. And this could very well just be a bump in the road when we look back on it.
Doors when the light finally goes on for a young guy. So fun to watch. Younger players who've got all the talent and all the world right in front of them, but yet haven't put it all together just quite yet.
It's amazing to me how quickly we can give up on a young guy who maybe doesn't find success right out of the gate. But the reality is you have to remember, player development is the lifeblood of this league, maybe now more than ever with the current state of the salary cap. So a little patience as a fan base goes a long, long way.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Minnesota, Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. And it's Covington in at the 3. Here's Teague. The Clippers getting the bucket. It doesn't go for him. Gortat with the defensive effort. Here's Harris. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Teague left side. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. On the wing, Wiggins shoots over Bradley. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague.
Well, right now, Andrew Wiggins understanding in the catch and shoot, they can't guard him.
On the pass to Harris. Over Gibson. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
Pass to Teague. Kicks it to Towns. Gortat with the rebound.
1 for 4 right now. A little sluggish coming out of the gate.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he converts the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the night.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Covington against Gallinari. That's tipped. Harris outside. Off target from three-point range. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. T kicks to Towns. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Wiggins, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
Well, an ever-diversifying offensive arsenal. Wiggins baits the defender with that little up fake. Well, you think about Andrew Wiggins, guys, signing that max deal in 2017. Timberwolves ownership, though, wanted to sit down with Wiggins to hear him commit to being a better player. Pretty unusual stuff.
Free throw good, Wiggins. And on the heels of that contract extension, all of Andrew Wiggins' shooting percentages fell last season. Doris, you think a cause for concern for the Timberwolves?
Well, I think obviously, Kevin, anytime you've committed almost $30 million a season to one guy, the expectations are going to be sky high. For me, Andrew Wiggins needs to just stay consistent. We are talking about a guy with elite athleticism, plenty to take advantage on the offensive end. It's a question for me of, does Andrew Wiggins want to be great? Because the potential is there.
Now, here's Bradley. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Here's Harris. They shoot again. Bradley can't get it to go.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
And the dunk by Towns.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Passes it to Gallinari. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Teague can't hit. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Trailblazers.
And guys, a loss like that, that's one when you just got to put it behind you as quickly as possible.
It's a barometer, though. You know where you need to improve and by how much to win these kinds of games.
Timberwolves trail by 3. There's the lob to Towns. The shot comes out.
And really, they had the play all set up there, and it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
Now Wiggins, after Gallinari missed from long range, and he makes that one. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. Inside. Here's Gibson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Taj Gibson is playing a career high in minutes with the Timberwolves. This guy is in his early 30s. He's kept himself in unbelievable physical shape every single year. He's now healthy. And I'll say this, Taj Gibson is one of those guys you want in the trenches with you. You know what you're going to get on a night-by-night basis.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Doris, you were talking about the responsibility for Taj Gibson with the Wolves. Coach Thibodeau bringing in the seasoned veterans to complement the young talent.
Well, Kevin, Taj Gibson is exactly the kind of influence and teammate you want, both on the floor and in the locker room. Here's a hard-working, defensive-minded player. He's made the playoffs in just about every season he has been in the league. And he has proven on the offensive end that you can play through him in the post. So much to love about Taj Gibson.
Now here's Gortat. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Gallinari against Covington. Gallinari surveying the D. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
And here's Bradley from three. He can't get it to go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Teague finds Towns. Gortat with the block.
The swat by Gortat. He doesn't chase blocks, but he can send them back. Unbelievable. That's the big cat. So fluid at the center position.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Gibson with the steal. And stolen by Harris. And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Williams in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves also changing it up. Sharch comes in for Taj Gibson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Teague. Williams against Rose. He kicks it to Towns. Back to Rose. There's the lob to Towns.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Clippers trail by 3. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level. And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Karl-Anthony Towns. 9th in rebounding, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Basket good. Harrell's got his first basket of the night. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard. Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Outside Bradley. Shoots the 3. Begins with the block.
Well, using every bit of that 7-foot wingspan, Wiggins airmailing it back.
Clippers trail by 3. Gallinari attacking. Got a hand on it. And here we go. Sharch, the fast break chance. Rebound by Williams. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. The finish, and slam dunk by Sharch.
And so much attention drawn by Rose, he knows how to exploit that to create for his guys.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Clippers. Unloads from 13. Here's Gortat. Lays it up off the glass.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Yeah, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys the need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So the goal is to come out early and get their shooters into a good rhythm right away.
And of course, that's always a goal. But the meaning behind it is that he wants them to play good, smart basketball, not taking too many chances.
Right. You've got to be able to use plenty of screens, not let players start to go one-on-one and try to do this thing individually. Run your sets, get the best shooters their shots.
Now, here is Gallinari, following the miss by Derrick Rose. It's stolen by Rose. Covington against Gallinari. Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. Los Angeles has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Harrell with it. 9-point game his last outing. Outside Williams. No good on the 3.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Rose. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Mike Scott's checked in for Gortat. And Bahamute comes in for Gallinari. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Avery Bradley. Out of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick-and-roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick-and-roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick-and-roll, but those 3 are at the top of my list.
Here's Jang following the score by Lou Williams. Gorgie Jang, the 21st pick in 2013 out of Louisville. He's more than lived up to that selection.
Well, let's remember, this is a national champion we're talking about. The Louisville Cardinals won it with him anchoring them defensively. He's also shown a nice shooting touch in the mid-range game in the professional leagues. But I think it's his defense that still remains the strength of his game.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
Williams kicks to Beverly. Pass to Scott. Lets it go. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Here is Tolliver. Really had troubles in the loss to Portland. Here's Jang. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Well, the definition of an effort player. Zhang shows off that high motor, converts off the glass. Nice.
Outside Williams. Clock at 6. Steps back and fires. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Rose down low. And there's Saric on the assist by Rose. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
The Timberwolves shooting pretty efficiently out there. It is in 48% in the first quarter. Tolliver with the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
To end the run. Rebound Minnesota. Jang's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Rose looking around. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbamute. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Timberwolves have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. He misses the free throw.
Well, the knee issues robbed Derrick Rose of some of his athleticism, but maybe more importantly, he lost that development time. Still a big-time player, though, every time he takes the floor.
And the second free throw, good. 8 seconds left to play here in the first. Now here's Williams. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Minnesota. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
Yep, one step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Dario Saric is out there with Anthony Tolliver. Then it's Jones. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Jang in at the 5 down low. Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Left side, Saric. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Shots good by Williams.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 13-point game against Portland. 6 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Lou Williams. And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Tobias Harris comes in for Harrell, and Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Lou Williams. Clippers trail by 17. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Harris outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, you think about the Minnesota Timberwolves becoming one of the premier offensive teams in the league. They have a huge advantage in free throw attempts and limiting turnovers, two things that have really set this group apart.
Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. Good on both. And Doris, you look at the Wolves offense, have they maxed out how good they can be?
I think one area they have to look at is in this age of the three-pointer, they were one of the league's lowest in three-point attempts. To me, they've got to boost that number, and I think they also need to look to attack and transition. They've certainly got enough weapons.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep. I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
Teague, the pass to Tolliver. Back to Teague. Puts up a three. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Look, Greg, they simply didn't bring it. And that's one of those losses that you just have to throw away and forget about.
Clippers trail by 13. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button. You wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. And it's Harris with the ball for the Clippers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And so Doc Rivers has had enough. Timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Beverly. Averaging 5 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Scott. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And the pass to Jang. To the inside. Here's Teague. That's tipped. And now the Clippers on the break. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now here's Teague. 11 points for him in that last game against Portland.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup. He's so frustrated, hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
Clippers trail by 13. And Beverly kicks to Harris. To the paint. Here's Scott. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Tipped away. Stolen by Beverly. Harris, right side, from about 19 feet. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's T. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jang. Shoots over Scott. Jang, no luck.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Jones against Beverly. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Jones. The shot from 20 feet away. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 15-6 run.
Well, think about the Minnesota native Tyus Jones. His poise at the point guard spot is what stands out to me, guys. Here's a terrific IQ and an unbelievable sense for how to run a team. Tyus Jones, we're just getting the best of him now.
Here is Mbamute. Minnesota with the rebound. Jang's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Harris.
Well, we know Taj Gibson is not opposed to playing physical basketball. In that instance, he seeks contact and gets an opportunity.
The first one falls. And Tyus Jones, Doris, won a national championship at Duke. He was the outstanding player in the Final Four, but only the 24th pick in 2015. What caused him to slip?
Well, I think one of the questions you had was athletically, could he match up at the point guard position in today's NBA? But I think what you absolutely love about Tyus Jones, just as you stated, he won a national championship. This guy has been a winner. And I think his skill level, the intangibles, his ability to run a team, there's a lot to like about this young man's game.
And the Clippers call time here.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
Now we'll check across the NBA the best shooters from the stripe. Gallinari is second. Third is Lou Williams.
Neither one of these guys is going to waste an opportunity from the foul line. They just don't give away points.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. Here's Wiggins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Minnesota.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
No good on that one.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
And he's good on the second. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
And the rejection by Towns.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Clippers trail by 14. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Harris inside the line. And again, no good by the Clippers.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Gibson, knocked loose. It's stolen by Harris, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. Sharich is checked in for the Timberwolves. Rose comes in for Jeff Teague. And it's Harris with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 14. Williams dishes to Harris. Buries it down low. Harris has got 6.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Passes to Sharich. Kicks to Towns over Gortat, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Sharich. And that's now 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Clippers trail by 14. Outside Williams. Back to Bradley. Out to Harris. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
The free throw drops for Rose. Harrell, he's checked in for Harris. And Rose drops them both. Clippers trail by 16. Williams finds Gortat. Now Bradley. Fires the 3. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
I'll tell you, Avery Bradley showing great confidence in that three-point ability. The defense has now got to keep him legit.
Towns, the pass to Rose. Here's Wiggins. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now here is Gortat. 8 points his last outing, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here is Los Angeles now. Williams inside the line. Again, Los Angeles.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
Rose up on top. Gortat covering. Here's Towns. Sinks that one from the post. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Bradley kicks to Gortat. Gallinari outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Rose dishes to Wiggins. Covington in the corner. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Covington's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Clippers trail by 17. Bradley finds Gortat. Now here's Williams. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Sharich. Back to Rose. Gortat with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. 44 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The shot by Sharch, no good. Los Angeles has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And it's Gortat, that time on the assist by Bradley. Gortat's got his second basket of the night.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Rose kicks to Sharch. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Now Williams. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Minnesota riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, Andrew Wiggins in the first half, extremely assertive. Pushed the action, attacked offensively, used his great athleticism. We'll see if he can maintain this intensity for the rest of the game.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, Ernie, they had a ton of fouls. Jeez. And the points they gave up at the free throw line added up in a hurry. They got to calm down during the break and play much more control in the second half.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Minnesota leading by 15. Bradley and Gallinari are the wingmen. Harris and Gortat are up front. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Wiggins kicks to Teague. 4 on the shot clock. High arcing shot, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 15-point game. Bradley against Wiggins. Harris, right side. And yes, it's good. Harris has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Clippers. Teague deciding where to go with it. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Towns kicks to Wiggins. Gibson passes to Wiggins. Here's Towns. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 13. Gallinari outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to find Gallinari and gets it to him. And that one drops for him. Gallinari's got his first points of the night.
I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline. Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
One shot.
Free throw good. Teague. Jeff Teague replacing Ricky Rubio at the point guard position for the Timberwolves. Doris, did you like that change?
You know what I did, Kevin? They're drastically different players. Rubio probably the better defensive player. Definitely the more prolific passer, but the shooting was always an issue. Where with Teague, you get a guy who can knock down three-point shots, and he's one of the best point guards in the league at dribble driving into the paint and getting some action off that.
Now here's Gibson, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
And Teague, here we go. Some solid defense from Harris.
You know, coming out of the break, you want a fast start. They go 1 for 5.
On the wing, Harris shoots over Towns. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Tobias Harris. Timberwolves have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, DA. Thanks. Los Angeles calls timeout. And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Well, a nice defensive play. Altered the shot, then stayed right there to clean up the glass.
Back to Gibson. Over Harris. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points.
Shot's
so
good.
1 free throw coming up.
Well, Taj Gibson is a big-time power player. This guy remarkable at getting hit and able to finish nonetheless.
And, Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
And Bahamute's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Avery Bradley.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw is off from Gibson.
Well, Taj Gibson is a pro's pro. The rugged power forward is known for his consistency. You can count on this guy game in and game out.
Now, here's Mbamute. Back to Beverly. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves leading by 16. Outside Teague. He kicks to Towns. Back to Teague. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Teague's got 5 points in the quarter.
Listen, that's all you can do defensively. Jeff Teague is just so clever at finishing near the cup.
The pass to Gortat. Wiggins against Beverly. Takes the 13-footer. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Right side, Teague. He dishes it to Covington. Back to Teague. Passes it to Gibson. And the Clippers making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. And it's Tolliver in for Robert Covington. Gibson dishes to Jang. And Teague has it in the corner. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Misses the layup. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 18. And it's Scott with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Another miss by Minnesota. Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And there's Gallinari on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 5th assist in this one. And here is Teague. 5 points in the game. Outside Gibson. Teague up top. Back to Gibson. On the wing, Wiggins. 6 to shoot. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, he's got the wide shoulders, the natural balance. Andrew Wiggins taking the hit and finishing.
Pass to Mbamute. Gibson with the steal. Now here's Teague. He's guarded closely. Shots good by Gibson.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot from the low post is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Teague with the ball. Tolliver kicks to Wiggins. Over Beverly. And it's Wiggins missing. Clippers trail by 16. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Scott. Gallinari with it. Tolliver on him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Gibson finds Rose. Back to Gibson. Over Beverly. Shots good by Gibson. 12 points for him.
And Gibson always has had a solid mid-range game. You can't let him get comfortable from that spot.
Outside Williams. No good on the triple. Timberwolves leading by 16. Jones for 3. Scott pulls it in. Beverly against Rose. Harrell. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Rose. Stolen by Beverly. Gallinari on the wing. Lots of room. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gibson's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Jones in the post. He's guarded by Williams. Rose gets the bucket. Here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's the feed to Scott. Kicks to Harrell. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Scott. Bucket is good. Scott's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Now Jones. The pass to Jang. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Jones. The three-pointer no good. Clippers trail by 16. Gallinari wide open. Off target with his 3. Minnesota's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Warriors, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
And the first one drops. And Los Angeles with some changes. Harris comes in for Scott, and Bradley's subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Wiggins is checked in. And Rose drops them both. And here's Bradley. 8 points for him. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Well, you got to love Avery Bradley turning on the Jets, mixing gears exceptionally on his way to the rim.
Rose against Williams. Rose passes to Wiggins. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
And the problem for Wiggins, a former overall #1 pick, people always seem to want more from him, whether it's warranted or not.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Covington's checked in. He's off on the second. Clippers trail by 17. In the corner, Bradley with it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Harris.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Now here's Williams. 12 points for him.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboards.
You know, and a lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the carom. Andrew Wiggins with the statement finish.
And it's Bradley with the ball for Los Angeles. 19-point game. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got his second bucket.
Boy, that's a quality shot. You're in the painted area. Don't get much more of a better look than that.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. Don't forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
And Greg, for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as an on-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender.
2 shots.
Probably a little undersized for an off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Rose. Clippers trail by 19. And Gorgie Jang is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Gortat's checked in for Los Angeles. .135 left in the third. Harrell, that's good.
Boy, that's the type of shot they'd like to get on every single possession.
Timberwolves leading by 17. Rose kicks to Zhang. Rose passes to Wiggins. Yep, that one goes in there. Wiggins has got 22.
I think tonight is a great measure of Wiggins' progress, scoring in volume in a variety of ways.
Here's Gortat, and that one drops.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Minnesota's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Up top, Zhang. Gortat covering. The shot's good. And now 24 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
Bradley, no one around him. It's good from long range.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Floats it up for Wiggins. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Harrell. In the corner, it's Harris. From outside, off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Saric, that falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Saric has got 12 in the game.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man. Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
And so it's Minnesota with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back to the action after this word. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Andrew Wiggins. Saric is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Towns, and it's Rose in at the point guard position. Minnesota leading by 18. Passes it to Covington. Rebound by Harrell. Here now the Clippers. Shot from the wing, and Bradley gets it to go. Bradley's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Clippers. Minnesota shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. To the inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play.
Shooting one.
It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And it's Bradley with the ball for Los Angeles. Trailing by 19. He kicks to Williams. And that one, good. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Rose against Williams. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Boy, and on a night where he's been so smart handling the ball, that's his first big mistake.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Clippers. And he makes the first. Teague, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Minnesota leading by 15. Wiggins with it. Charge outside. Inside. Minnesota again turning it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. This is to Harris. Shoots over Covington. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
It's stolen by Bradley. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. The Timberwolves shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Rejected by Harris. Clippers trail by 15. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great D that time from Teague. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Wiggins finds Teague. Covington with it. Looking to get it going, and it's blocked, but they recover it. 6 on the shot clock. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And that's now 26 points for Andrew Wiggins. Pass to Gortat. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Harrell. He can't hit that time. And Minnesota now the other way. T kicks to Towns. And stolen by Harris. Outside Bradley. The pass to Gortat. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Towns. Now here's Harrell. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Wiggins drives in. Here's Teague. And it's blocked by Bradley. And they're able to recover. That one good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Harrell. Minnesota also with the sub. Taj Gibson's checked in for Saric. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gortat. Los Angeles with another miss. Right side Towns. Harris against Gibson. Passes it to Covington. Kicks it to Towns. Here's Teague. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Mbah-a-Moute the pass to Bradley. Wiggins with the block. Covington against Mbah-a-Moute. Covington dishes to Towns. Back to Covington. And it's blocked.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
Teague with a clean look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here's Mbah-a-Moute. As basketball becomes more global, we continue to see veterans come from abroad and Doris make an impact as role players in the league.
You know what I love, Kevin, is great basketball players could come from any place in the world. And obviously, general managers now have got to expand their field of vision. They've got to have international scouting. But the NBA would be a lot less rich a place if we did not have Dirk Nowitzki, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, the unicorn in New York City, Kristaps Porzingis. I don't care where players come from. All I want to know is, can they play basketball? And if they can, I want to watch them.
No good from Gibson. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Clippers. 19-point game. To the middle. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good. And the Clippers making a change here. Gallinari's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now here's Teague. And Gibson kicks to Wiggins. Towns, the pass to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 19 to the middle. And that one's good. Towns.
Well, you want to see this from Karl Anthony Towns. He's got the size, the length, and the touch to take and make high percentage shots.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks it to Harris. Over Gibson. No good off the back of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Towns. It's stolen by Bradley. Pass to Harris. Covington against Gallinari. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Well, Greg, that's a huge error. You can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes when you're already playing from behind.
The Timberwolves have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Teague kicks to Towns. Back to Teague. Three-pointer on the way. Avery Bradley pulls it in.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
Minnesota leading by 18. Now Teague. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Softly drops in the floater. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Teague finds Towns. Gortat with the rebound. Clippers trail by 18. Here's Harris. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Kev, that's the court vision of Avery Bradley. Remarkable how he finds these wide-open teammates on a consistent basis.
Now here's Teague. Outside, Towns. Poke loose. Gallinari with the steal. Pass to Harris. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Gortat. Rebound, Minnesota. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Towns kicks to Covington. 18 feet out. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 14 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. On the wing, Harris. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his 16th rebound on the night. Wiggins left side. And there's the pass to Towns. 11 feet away. That one a little long. Clippers trail by 18. For 3, Harris. Wiggins with the rebound. Wiggins has got 7 rebounds in the game. Teague kicks to Towns. Down low, Covington. Trying to get open is Gibson. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 4 points in the quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Andrew Wiggins.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Teague. Gallinari making his last shot. Teague the pass to Wiggins. Towns against Gortat. And Towns gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Harris's shot is good.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Gortat. Off the left rim and out. And here's Bradley. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we got rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.